So, I am once again doing a draft breakdown, although this time it is about a Gen 3 VGC draft. I will be uploading this weekly, like the others. Also, if you wanted to, you can see a draft breakdown of every draft in LRX's channel. I will leave a link to that video in the description. But anyway, now I'm doing a extensive draft breakdown about my draft. My team name is the Friendship Ended with Zapdos. You can probably guess why. So let's start with the first mon, which is Latios. Latios, as you probably know, is the second best mon in regular Gen 3 VGC, but this is draft, so I consider it to be the best mon in draft for Gen 3 VGC. This mon is fast, it's bulky, it has a lot of options. It has physical options with Earthquake, it has a lot of special options with Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, Hidden Powers, Psychic, Dragon Claw. I think that's it, but still, this mon can do so much stuff, and as you know, Earthquake is way better in this generation as in later generations, so having a mon immune to ground is amazing. Next up, I had to get the classic core, the Medicham Latios core. You all know me for being a sucker for Medicham. This mon, I know that the VST looks like for Temba, remember this mon has pure power, so it's way higher than that. This mon is very strong, it gets fake out, that's the only reason to draft a Medicham. You never use Medicham if it didn't have fake out, but it has fake out and it has a lot of presence, like offensive presence. You cannot it's not like other fake out users that they fake out and then you ignore it. You cannot ignore a Medicham. It's gonna KO your mons. Very few things survive 2 hits from Medicham, and many don't even survive 1. So one problem that I have right now is that I have 2 psychic types. Medicham is not weak to dark, but they are both weak to ghost. Medicham is also not weak to bug, so the only shared weakness is ghost. So, Clefable. All gen Clefable, so normal type. Just before I start, remember in this generation, Clefable has 85 special attack. In later gens, like in Gen 6 and onwards, it has 95. Here it only has 85. So Clefable, what does it do? Follow me. Clefable is the best follow me user in the game. So I decided to draft it. It can redirect. One problem with Clefable is that it doesn't have many resists, like besides Ghost, so often you are redirecting moves that are neutral to you. But here I can redirect Ghost moves, which are super effective against my other 2 mons, so it's gonna happen multiple times. And obviously it's Clefable. Its options do not stop there, it has Recovery, Ice Wind, Thunder Wave, Ice Beam, Fire... no. Does it have Fire Blast? I don't know, but it has Ice Beam and Thunderbolt. It has so many options, it can do it all. And that's why it's the best follow me user. It's bulky and it can do it all. Next up we have Salamence. You might be thinking, but TeamCap, why are you getting another dragon type? Well, they don't do the same thing exactly. Yeah, they are both dragon types immune to ground, but what Salamence does most of the time is being a sweeper. It can Dragon Dance sweep. But it also has many mixed options. Like this is the complete opposite of being one-dimensional. It can do special options, it can do physical options, it has Intimidate, it has ground immunity. It can do so much stuff. And I can always just pair it with Clefable and do the classic Clefable Salamence core, which is amazing. This mon next to Latios can Like, I can Dragon Dance, then go to Latios and spam Earthquake. And my opponent is just gonna drop, and the few Earthquake immunities are gonna die to Latios. So this is an amazing mon for this team. Also, Medicham can get it a free Dragon Dance thanks to Fake Out. So this is an amazing mon for this team, even though I'm repeating the Dragon type. So now I have 2 Dragon weaknesses and 2 Ice weaknesses, with no resist so far. So my tier 1s were Latios and Medicham, and my tier 2s were Clefable and Salamence. So the rest of my team is gonna be composed exclusively of tier 3s. My first tier 3... Oops. I don't know what it was that. My first tier 3 is Electrode. As you saw in my team name, I drafted Electrode. First, before I continue, just like how Clefable had less special attack in this gen, Electrode has less speed in this gen. It only has 140, and I believe starting in gen 6 it got 150. Or in gen 5, one of those. Still, what does this mon do? It explodes. It's by far the fastest explosion in this generation. 140 speed. The next fastest is Gengar with 110. And well, Mewtwo with 130 speed self-destruct, but that wasn't legal, so this is the fastest by far. Also, it has light screen. That is a very important option because your opponent can often think, oh, I'm just gonna protect from the explosion, haha, and they give you a free light screen, and that gives you so much momentum because you can also explode in the next turn. And they know this, so maybe they don't protect expecting the light screen and you explode on them, and boom, that's even better. You have to pair this with a ghost, so I later got a ghost, but that's basically the main goal of an Electrode. Also fast Thunder Wave, I guess. Next up we have Politoed. So, what does Politoed do? Well, it has Damp. Damp, the ability, prevents explosion. I know that sounds counterintuitive with an Electrode, but I'm just not gonna explode with Electrode while I have a Politoed in the field. Why would I? So, Politoed has Damp and has Perish Song. Those are the 2 things that it does. Now, it also can do Icy Wind. It can be a special attacker. It has 90 special attacks, so that is strong. Even if I don't give it any investment, it can be a strong Hydro Pump. Also, I can pair Song next to Electrode, which has Soundproof, so it's gonna be immune to the Perish Song. That's an idea that I can also do. So, that's mainly the goal. I needed a bulky water type because I needed a resist to ice. Like, look at my team. The resist of a water type, the ice resist, is so good here. So next up we have Scissor. Now Scissor is a steel type because I needed a steel type, basically. Look at my team. I need a ghost resist, I need an ice resist, I need a dragon resist, I think that's it. As far as important resist that I didn't have goes, I can't think of many. Also, the bug type prevents me from stacking weaknesses to ground and fighting. So Scissor is just a shell of what it does in later gens. No Technician, no Bullet Punch, no Knockoff, no Roost, no U-Turn. Yeah, it is worse than in later gens, but it can still do stuff. Yeah, it doesn't have good stuff. It has to use Silver Wind or HP Bug, and in the other side it has to use Steel Wing or HP Steel. But Still, this mon is one of the best baton pass users in the game. Like, it can agility baton pass, it can, I think it can iron defense baton pass, it can sword dance baton pass. It has so much stuff that it can do, it has so many resists. It has a good typing, it can be good offensively. Like, if I wanted to, it can do stuff like HP Vogue or just another hidden power. It's not a weak one. It has a high attack even if it doesn't have high stabs or high moves of any type. But it's a good mon, so don't sleep on it. And lastly, Banet. So I wanted a Misrebus, but it got sniped, so yeah. Look at my team and look at Misrebus, it fits so well. But okay, I had to put a Banet in there. What does Banet do? It's a ghost type. Yeah, that's the extent of what Banet does. I need a ghost type, Banet is a ghost type. Voila. It can do Imprison, like Imprison Protect, Imprison Icy Wind. I think it gets Will-O-Wisp, I don't remember right now. It gets Helping Hand, that's a big thing. And well, it gets Shadow Ball in this generation, which is physical. So it is technically stronger than in later gens because it has a slightly stronger stab, I guess. But yeah, that's that's the draft. The Banet is like kind of trying to fit, but the rest of the draft is very good, in my opinion. It has a lot of options, which is very important in draft. Like, many mons here are not one-dimensional at all, except the Electrode. Electrode does one thing only, but everything else has multiple options of what they can try to accomplish. So that's it, I'm happy with the draft. I already played week 1, so I will probably upload that tomorrow, so stay tuned, and that's it, goodbye.